$605 million liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 24 hours just during this crash. Is another liquidation event behind the doors? Let's analyze. Hello ladies and gentlemen from the Paradise Club, this is Simon from Crypto Paradise. Welcome back, it's great to have you here. Let's analyze Bitcoin. First of all, let's recapitulate the previous video. So you know that we have been finishing the WXY double 3 pattern, and I have told you that with the highest probability we will start retracing from this resistance towards this support. The target of the triangle was at 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level after we have retraced exactly to this. In the previous video I have told you we will need a short squeeze towards this resistance, and then we will retrace again. As you remember, we have been talking about this resistance. It's also a top of the first wave. As you can see, it's happened perfectly, and right now we are retracing back again and we are touching this support. So the question is, are the whales actually still in their short positions, and do the big boys expect the Bitcoin price to crash more? Let's analyze. Let's take a look first of all what's happening right here. So as you can see, as the price action is creating lower highs and lower lows, the net short positions are actually creating higher lows and higher highs. The big short position that was opened right here during this small candle, this one, this indecision candle, they have been able to mask it very well, those big boys. We can really see that it wasn't closed just yet, right? So they are still in their short positions. We can see that the long positions are piling off as well, but they are strategically being closed. The big boys are not there. All of this is already just a retail. If we take a look on the open interest, we can see that we are declining, so there is no worries of having basically some big short squeeze anymore. We have been liquidating long positions right here, and the big buy wall is still sitting at $95,000. So if we take a look on a 4 hour, we will go only through daily, 4 hour and 1 hour in this video. We can see that we are still on track. So basically the first wave of that motive mode wave happened right here, secondary wave, and right now we are in the third wave. The third wave is a motive mode wave. That means it subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should take us towards $93,000 to $95,000. As you can see on the daily time frame, we are having a confluence of 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, actually 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level that I have taken from this sequence right here. So we are still having a room to go, and until we can reclaim back these liquidation Elliott wave levels and this moving average trend line and this resistance right here, we are still bearish. Since here you know that we are just focusing on short positions with Paradise Family VIPs. Our swing trading strategy and tactics are focusing on short positions right now. If we take a look on the MACD histogram, we are having a small bullish divergence, but already we are creating another momentum right here, and as you can see right on the price action, we are having a higher low, and on the MACD histogram as well higher low, so there is no bullish divergence anymore. If we take a look right here on RSI, it's not confirmed. Do we have some bearish divergence? We don't. We are close to oversold area, so that's just something to be aware of. The stochastic RSI is crossing bearish, which is increasing the bearish probabilities of a continuation to the downside. We need to understand that we are right now hovering above this support and below this resistance, so it's a very tight zone, but still until we can reclaim this resistance, we are still in the third wave. That should take us towards $93,000 to $95,000 before we can have a retracement towards this resistance as a fourth wave, and then the fifth wave, as you already know, with the highest probability, if the fourth wave will gonna work well, will take us towards $93,000 to $95,000. If you take a look on the 4 hour time frame, on the medium time frame, you can see that on the MACD histogram we are creating a bearish divergence, lower high on the price action, higher high on the MACD histogram. As we have been discussing in the previous video, loads of retail bulls been exhausting themselves. They have been longing a lot, right? However, somebody big was distributing right here, so they have been longing into resistance. Big boys been pushing hard. They had their sell limit orders prepared there. We have been discussing that in the previous video, and that is why this bearish divergence played out perfectly, and right now we are retracing again. On the 4 hour time frame, we are below the moving average trend line. Until we can basically reclaim back the moving average trend line, we are still bearish, and with the high highest probability we will continue towards this third wave, $93,000-$95,000, a beautiful confluence, 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level from the medium time frame as well. So this is still intact. If we take a look on the RSI indicator, we can see a break and right now retest. We are retesting this as a resistance with the highest probability. Unless we can reclaim this and turn it into a support, we will continue to the downside as well. Only warning sign is the stochastic RSI that is right now pointing to the upwards. That means the bulls can start taking a power. However, unless we can reclaim this moving average trend line, it's basically full bearish game. All right, let's take a look right now on the 1 hour time frame. Here we can understand the subwaves of the third wave, which is basically subdividing itself into 5 small waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And this final fifth wave is also a motive mode wave, as you know from our website mycryptoparadise.com. The fifth wave is also a motive mode wave. That means it subdivides itself into 5 small waves. However, it can also be an ending diagonal, doesn't need to be an impulse. All right, so here we have got the first wave, secondary wave, third wave. Then in the previous video we have been updating the fourth wave that was made out of expanded flat ABC, right? It finished right here. Well, and right now we are creating the fifth of the fifth, right? So that means the fifth also is a motive mode wave, and it can be an ending diagonal or an impulse. All right, so it basically subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves. And right now I will tell you why do I believe that we are creating this first wave in a fashion of leading diagonal. Because take a look at the subwaves. Let me zoom in right here. This was the first wave, then a secondary wave, third wave, fourth wave, and the fourth wave ended in the price territory of the first and secondary wave. That is a leading diagonal, ladies and gentlemen. And what we know about leading diagonal, that the fifth wave cannot be truncated, right? So I do believe that this final fifth wave will right now push below the end of the third wave. All right, then we will start the secondary wave, and then basically we will continue in the third wave. That should take us finally below this support zone, turn it into a resistance, and then the final fourth wave will basically turn this support into resistance, and then the fifth wave will take us towards this support zone. So the buys are still the same, ladies and gentlemen. Paradise First, nothing is changing. With Paradise Family VIPs, we are strategically positioning ourselves since here already. You know that we are monitoring the market 24/7, and if you're in Paradise Family VIP, you are getting clear entry and exit targets from us, from the Paradise team. So until we can reclaim the previous high, this one, the price action development is still favoring the motive mode wave that we are creating right now. That will take us with the highest probability towards $93,000 to $95,000. So definitely watch out for the structure, watch out for this high, watch out for this resistance. If we will be able to reclaim this resistance, we will definitely start picking up on some bullish momentum. However, until then, everything is still intact of our bearish idea, and I'm still looking for hitting this liquidated pool before having some ABC corrective pullback to the upside. So until then, take care, trade safely, trade with your proper trading strategy, take it easy and smooth, and I will see you again on Saturday. Cheers.